and Slovenia. The Scots haven't qualified since 1996. No doubt Scott Gemmell will want to lead the team to a finals, and hopefully the young Scots will be able to get off to a flyer, just as they did in the last campaign. Last time out, they beat the Netherlands on match day 1. It's San Marino. There's certainly an expectation this evening in Paisley. There's no doubt about that. Let's hear what the head coach, Scott Gemmell, has had to say ahead of this one.
Okay, we're rolling. Scott, the first competitive game of the group, the qualifiers are here. How are you and all the boys feeling for tonight's game against San Marino?
Yeah, the preparation has been good all week. Really looking forward to the game. A lot of the players have played for us before, so we really want to quickly get the level of performance as high as we can.
Yeah, and one of the things that's been spoken about in the build-up to this one, Scott, is two very different teams in the opening games. I know all the focus is on San Marino, but that's good experience for these boys, isn't it? Yeah,
absolutely. To play the extremes, really, the team from pot 6 and the team from pot 1. It's exactly what we want for our best players, to see if they can handle the pressure of a game where everybody expects them to win, and then the complete opposite where we have to go away from home against the best team in the section, and again they have to come up with the answers under pressure.
A young group as well, it's safe to say, Scott, you've got a lot of options, some boys that you had to leave out, but when you look at the crop you've got, you must be happy.
Yeah, I think it's tremendous that so many of them are playing first team football, whether it's on loan or actually at their own club. I think the clubs have really deserve a lot of credit for that. You know, I think there has been a shift where they are prepared to give the players an opportunity, and also not only at their own club but also putting them out on loan as well. And also the strength in depth of the squad. It's very hard to pick the squads. There's a lot of good players not in the squad that will be in the squad, so there's a lot to look forward to.
And of course in tonight's team we've seen the starting 11. There are a couple of names obviously out, Hornby being the obvious one, and then obviously Michael Johnston getting sent back. What can you tell us about those ones in particular?
Yeah, they're obviously key players that have done really well for us in the past. Mikey and Fraser played when we beat Holland in Holland last year, so of course they're very important players, but I think it's a cliche in football, it just means it's a great opportunity for the next one, and really looking forward to see who can take that opportunity.
You talk about first team football, I just want to finish on that note, Scott, because the boys that you can see warming up behind you are getting regular first team football. You've touched on this is valuable experience for them now, isn't it, in their careers, hopefully at one day being in the men's A team.
Yeah, exactly. We obviously have that different experience for them to play international football, which, as you said, if they've got the ambition to go and play for Scotland at the top level, then this is the place for a young player to want to play.
Scott, all the best tonight.
Thank you very much.
There we go, Scott Gemmell there, the Scotland head coach, looking to get off to a flyer tonight. I'm joined by Kenny Miller, who is a man who watches the under-21s regularly, and Kenny, from what he was saying there, talking about players playing a lot of first team football in the team today, be it on loan as well, how key is that going into this one?
I think it's a massively important thing for the players involved. You look at boys like Campbell, I mean, how many games has he got under his belt for Motherwell already? And you can see the difference between the boys that are tested and the ones that are untested, just in terms of their in-game decision making. So, no, it's a valid point from Scott.
Well, Scotland's fixtures, they have 4 of the first 6 at home, which is beneficial to them, no doubt. They will want to get off to a good start playing against San Marino. Then it's away to Croatia, home to Lithuania, away to Czech Republic, home to Greece, home to Croatia. So a chance there to try and build up ahead of steam. And for Scotland tonight, it's San Marino, the lowest ranked team in the group. They will expect to win. There is the fixtures. What do you see when looking at that, Kenny, in terms of potential danger?
I think Croatia away speaks for itself. I feel slightly sorry for Scott and the staff, because they're going to have to learn on the job here. There were no real friendlies in the build-up, so it's a new look squad. They're going to have to gel quickly, but again, he spoke about it pre-match. It's a test for them, and we'll see how they respond.
And here come the teams then in Paisley. And for Scotland, there is an expectation tonight that they will win here on match day 1, but not only that, win convincingly. How much pressure does that add?
It does. I mean, we've seen that at senior level, and it's no different for the under-21s. you know San Marino are going to sit in, and they'll ask different questions of Scotland. Going to have to break them down.
Before the game, we have the national anthem, starting with the visitors from San Marino. Now it's time for Flower of Scotland. Let's check out the team news then. There are 5 players in the Scotland team tonight that started last time out against Sweden in Spain, including the McCrory brothers, who are reunited. The Rangers pair are both out on loan. Goalkeeper Robbie is at Queen of the South. Defender Ross is at Portsmouth. Alan Campbell is the most capped player in the squad, making his 16th appearance tonight. St Mirren's Cal McGuinness is on home turf, while there's a debut for Aberdeen's Connor McLennan. On the bench, Barry Maguire scored in that friendly against the Swedes in March. Kieran Wright, Lewis Smith and James Scott are all uncapped. For the visitors, San Marino, well, they were co-hosts in the last tournament but failed to qualify. They scored just once in the last campaign. That was a 93rd minute consolation against the Czech Republic. Striker Daniel Baboni has the toughest job tonight up front himself. Well, there's Lewis Ferguson and Alan Campbell, guys that are playing week in, week out, key men for Scotland tonight. And we have the officials this evening. They have travelled from Ukraine. Kenny, looking at that Scotland starting 11, what jumps out at you?
I just like the midfield in terms of variety and strength and experience already, even at their age. I think Billy obviously gives you that something bit extra special in the middle, and either side of him, and Ferguson and Campbell, you know what you're going to get. Hard graft, and Alan Campbell especially is someone I really enjoy watching. So I think we've got a good base.
The road to Hungary and Slovenia begins here for Scotland. Can they qualify for an under-21 tournament for the first time since 1996? A perfect chance to get off to a good start here in Paisley, as the Ukrainian officials get ready to get this one underway. The Scotland crowd, a decent crowd inside St Mirren Park, want to see goals as Hallsgrove kicks off for Scotland. It's an early touch
for the San Marino goalkeeper, De Angelis. Scotland looking to press their visitors. As McCrory with a head flick on, booted clear. Redding gets it back, keeps it in play. Lewis looking to close down the San Marino midfielder. Now Billy Gilmore. Campbell. Middleton had run the other way, but Campbell tries his hardest to win it back. Commits the foul though. He's the most experienced man in this team, is Alan Campbell. How key is he?
He is key. When Scotland won away in the Netherlands in the last campaign, Alan Campbell played just off the striker and he pressed the life out of them, and you can see him being asked to do a similar job tonight.
Well won by Scotland as they go on the attack. Here's Middleton looking for some space. Hallsgrove. Campbell can't quite get there. I think Hallsgrove was looking for a free kick, but it gives San Marino the opportunity to get into Scotland's half, and that's what they do. McCrory under pressure and out into touch. What do you think we'll see from San Marino in terms of an attacking threat? Because it's difficult to judge. They only scored one goal, as I said, in the last campaign.
I could lie and tell you that I think there'll be along usual lines and they'll play their normal game, but I haven't seen many of the recent internationals. Look, I think you can tell early on they're going to defend that box with their lives, and it's up to Scotland to ask questions, maybe especially out wide, somebody like Glenn Middleton.
Well, you never know, because there's a chance here. The flag doesn't go up.
I take it back. I take it all back. Relentless attacking play.
It was Baboni with the shot. Easy for Robbie McCrory. But there, the early chance on the left foot. Comfortable for the goalkeeper. George Johnson of Feyenoord. Redding of Middlesbrough. Back to Johnson. Now here's Gilmore. Looking to switch the play out wide. Giving a lot for McGuinness to do, he just can't keep it in.
He was unlucky. You can see Billy already. He's just the type that demands the ball all over the pitch and isn't scared to try a World Cup pass. Didn't quite come off that time.
Scotland looking to keep the pressure on, and here is the aforementioned Billy Gilmore. He's made his Chelsea debut. He's against Sheffield United in a 2-2 draw. McCrory back to Gilmore. Just too far in front of Hallsgrove, who was on his heels rather than his toes. And again, a chance for San Marino to break. It's coming right back at them. And a late kick there by Ciccaroli on Lewis Ferguson.
You know Ferguson can take that. He's not shy about dishing out himself.
Campbell. McCrory finds Johnston. McCrory again, out on loan at Portsmouth. He's played 5 times. Sent off on his debut though against Shrewsbury. Here's Campbell. Closed down well. But Scotland come again. Here's Patrick Redding, the Middlesbrough man. Had an injury last season, but ended the season strongly in the under-23s. Ross McCrory out to Kel McGuinness. Gilmore. And San Marino looking to be stubborn. Hallsgrove. Redding. There's Hallsgrove again. Good block there by Ciccaroli. Hallsgrove couldn't keep that one in.
Hallsgrove was another one that Scott Gemmell's liked for a long time, and he's had a really injury disrupted career so far, so it'd be good to have a proper look at him in this campaign.
Yeah, born in Scotland, born in Edinburgh. His dad was playing with Hibernian back in 1999. Free kick given away there by Billy Gilmore. But how special is Billy Gilmore as a talent?
I think all the words have been used up so far. The one thing that sticks out for me was at the Toulon tournament last year. He was one of the best players in the tournament, and then you saw him after the final game collecting his award with an ice pole. He's just special in a few ways. But the one thing that sticks out from that was how much of a fuss Frank Lampard made of him. He was over there doing his pro licence at the time, and I think he wanted to take him to Derby, so it's no surprise now to see Frank Lampard give him his chance.
He was an unused sub in the Super Cup. He came on with 6 minutes to play against Sheffield United in that 2-2 draw, as I mentioned. Do you think that'll be the first of many?
I do. He's a football obsessive. Every day after training was finished, he would still be juggling a ball or practicing free kicks. He is the opposite of your modern day baller. Like, he really works hard at his craft, so it's absolutely no surprise to see him do so well. Really pleased for him, because it took some guts to go down there, and a lot of people told him he did the wrong thing. Well, he's going the right way about it.
Here he is again. Now Ferguson, plenty of experience with Aberdeen. Played in a League Cup final last season too. Johnston. Ross McCrory. Gilmore. Conor McLennan to Cal McGuinness. Now back with McLennan, looking for some space. McGuinness with the crossing opportunity, and it goes, looking for Reading. San Marino get it clear. Retrieved by Lewis Ferguson. Under pressure and brought down there by Cesaroli, and that's the second time he's had a nibble.
He's lucky not to get a card there. It's a really ugly lunge.
Not the best of challenges.
Dangerous.
Well, there is the offender, the number 17.
Good determined play in a dangerous area from Ferguson.
Well, a set piece opportunity for Scotland here early in the match.
After the big build up, he's going to put this in the stand. Put your money on it.
Now the referee just wants to make sure there's no nonsense. Cuts that out. It was Conor McLennan getting involved. It's Gilmore for Scotland. It's blocked. Commentator's curse, I think.
No, he's a dud. No chance, that boy.
Campbell to McGuinness. Scotland looking to keep the pressure on. San Marino will be stubborn, and it's the old cliches about try and get through the first 20 minutes and see what you can do. And do you think they're obviously trying to frustrate Scotland and just making them try to up the tempo and do all the work?
We look comfortable and patient enough. I mean, look, Ross McCrory's the furthest Scotland player back.
Reading with the low cross, well taken by the goalkeeper, De Angelis.
But no, you can tell we're comfortable. McCrory's the deepest Scotland player, and he's on the halfway line, so this is where we're going to see the action.
Ross McCrory back with George Johnson and Patrick Reading.
The one thing maybe you saw it in that clip there, in that chance we maybe lacked tonight's a focal point without Fraser Hornby, and that was maybe the kind of chance he would have gambled on.
Well, probably his type of game this is McGuinness looking to do the hard work to work some space to get a ball into the box. Up against two here. Finds Conor McLennan. Now Reading. Low ball across again. Ferguson couldn't get there. Now George Johnson, I think he spent more time in the San Marino half than the Scotland half, the big defender. McGuinness again, scored at the weekend for St Mirren against Livingston, but it was turned out to be a consolation. Campbell, Middleton, just couldn't quite get control of that one. But San Marino knock it out of play. Is it just a case of Scotland being patient here?
Yeah, and I think they will be. I think it suits the personnel we've got at the back. Ross McCrory, as you know, is so comfortable with the ball. He'll be happy to pick the ball up as he is now and drive the team on.
McGuinness again making his second appearance for the Scotland Under-21s. The last was a year ago against the Dutch. Johnston into Hallsgrove. Ferguson helps out. Redding is the option. The crossing's low and it goes behind for a corner kick to Scotland.
But you're right about it being Fraser Hornby's type of game. It's similar to Andorra at Tynecastle when I think he scored the perfect hat-trick that night. Everything bounced off him. Just look to find their groove in attack tonight.
Scott Gemmell and Peter Houston there discussing some of the early match to see what they want more from Scotland. 10 minutes gone, it's goalless here at St Mirren Park in Paisley as Middleton flights in the corner kick. Johnston's free with the downward header, but it was going to take something special to beat De Angelis from there.
Great ball in from Middleton and a lot of space for Johnson. You may be just again hoping that a striker gambles on it. Ross McCrory may be closest.
There's maybe one more to head on rather than go for goal. Well, he could be a busy man tonight, the San Marino goalkeeper, but
we hope.
Robbie McCrory, that's the only goalkeeper that's really had to make any sort of save. Although De Angelis has taken a couple of crosses. Ferguson, it's blocked. It's Gilmore. Nice touch by Middleton, just too much on it. Campbell couldn't get there.
But if you look up, there's nine San Marino players embedded, camped in their own box, and it is difficult. I don't care how good you are, you still have to try and pick a way through.
Scotland looking to press. Johnston. Gilmore seeing a lot of the ball early on, not frightened to go back to collect it. Conor McLennan, his only start for Aberdeen this season was here at St Mirren Park. They lost 1-0 that day, Aberdeen.
He's someone I'm looking forward to seeing more of tonight. You want to get him and Glenn Middleton on the ball, both direct, both skillful.
Ross McCrory. Stephen Gerrard said he was a big game player, but I think he wanted to play more games regularly, and he's got the opportunity on loan at Portsmouth.
He's quite right. Problem with Ross is no one can decide in his best position, whether it's Scott, Craig Mulholland, Graham Murty, Stephen Gerrard back at centre-back tonight.
Gilmore looking for the return from Hallsgrove. It's blocked, and a chance for San Marino to go on a rare attack. Hallsgrove, well, I think maybe harshly adjudged to have given away a free kick there against Michelotti. For you, Kenny, was this a foul? Well, I think Hallsgrove was protesting his innocence anyway.
And I think the cameraman agrees that it's not even worth showing again. So soft, didn't even merit a replay.
And it's wasteful from San Marino.
But we talk about the skill and the technique in the Scotland midfield, but that is the other side of it. There is a lot of graft in there as well. Hallsgrove obviously not afraid to track back.
San Marino did co-host the last tournament with Italy, but they had to qualify. They didn't get automatic qualification. They hosted Group C, that involved Croatia and England and Romania. And incidentally for San Marino, they're in the group with Croatia, Greece, Czech Republic, who were all in their last qualifying group, so a lot of familiarity there. Scotland and Lithuania also in this one this time around, to give them some variety. But they only scored just that one goal, and they were on the receiving end of a 5-0, a couple of 4-0s, some semi-respectable results in there too, making teams work for the victory. As McGuinness goes on the surge, cuts it back, nobody there, and now McCrory decides to go forward. Just couldn't quite get the better of the defender there.
But that's what you want to see from Kel McGuinness, especially when he's playing a deeper role, just that change of pace, willingness to take people on, create something.
Gilmore. Redding. bobbled in front of Hallsgrove there. Now Lewis Ferguson. He's good for a goal from midfield as well, as Gilmore finds Middleton, looking to work it onto the left foot. Reading on his heels there. Ferguson coming in, no nonsense, to win the ball back. And here he is again. His dad Derek played 5 times at this level. Under-21s, 2 full Scotland caps as well. Now McGuinness looking to go towards the byline. The crossing's a good one. The keeper has to tip it away, and the danger is cleared.
That's the second surge from McGuinness. He's really coming onto the game. Good outlet down the right. Look at here, he picks up the ball. He's only got one thing in his mind: beat his man, get the cross in. It's a decent ball.
Well, Hallsgrove into the box there. Good challenge though by Conte from San Marino, and it's a corner for Scotland. I think they'll mix this one up.
Well, Johnson had far too much space at the far post last time around. You like to think there'd be a bit of variety this time. They won't get caught out. You wouldn't think twice like that.
A chance from the corner from Scotland. Gilmore flights it in. It's nodded away, only as far as Hallsgrove, with the shot deflected, and it's another corner for Scotland.
Yeah, Scotland are up in the ante. Starting to look a wee bit ragged at the back for San Marino. Just need to keep this up.
Well, this one could have gone anywhere, Kenny.
He didn't know where he was putting it. This glass claims.
Scotland flighted in. McCrory at the back post. That's gathered by De Angelis, the goalkeeper. Well, so far so good for San Marino.
Yeah, you would say they've been compact. They've not been carved open yet.
They've got a throw in on halfway. John Hallsgrove has just gone on loan to Spain, playing in the 3rd tier, on loan from Reading. He'll get experience at certainly a different type of football over there.
You've got to admire that. I think more and more young Scottish players are open-minded and willing to try something that bit different. Look at Ollie Burke as well. Willing to go on loan in Spain and test himself out his comfort zone.
Another move abroad for him. When you think back to the last campaign, Kenny, of the players who made it all the way to the A squad, it certainly gives the young players hope, because it's not just about trying to qualify for a tournament, it's trying to give players that pathway. I'm thinking Taylor, McKenna, Suter, Bates, Morgan, Cadden, Burke, McBurney, Brophy, and that's part of Scott Gemmell's job, I guess. It's
a major part of Scott's remit, and it's probably the thing he places greatest importance on. He takes the most pride from. Look at that list of players that you've mentioned, and there's probably a good few more. He's played a key part in their development, and even someone like Ross McCrory, Scott's worked with him since he was 15. Glenn Middleton as well, so he's had a big part to play in their development, and I think the boys that you've talked about would all give him credit for that as well. But you think how strong that Scotland Under-21 team was at the start of the last campaign when they beat the Dutch with McKenna and Suter and boys like that.
That was maybe the frustration, that mid part of the campaign, where there was a couple of draws in there. A defeat, there was a draw to Andorra, a draw against Latvia, defeat to Ukraine. Just when it seemed to be going well in a tough group, they beat the Dutch home and away, but they just couldn't quite force a playoff spot.
Yeah, they didn't do themselves justice, and they would say that themselves. Including that game, I think, at Perth, where the power went out on us and we had to waffle on for far too long.
Can't beat a floodlight failure. McGuinness keeps it in play. Conor McLennan helps out. Gilmore. McCrory to Johnston. Forward to Hallsgrove. Good first time ball by Reading. Campbell looking to break into the box. Lovely turn by the Motherwell man. Hallsgrove with a crossing opportunity. McLennan with the header, and the goalkeeper up for photos there to palm it away.
All came about from Alan Campbell's quick feet and trickery. It's not the thing you would associate in his game, but not unlucky with a looping header, McLennan.
Yeah, TV save as well. as Gilmore finds Johnston. He kept it out though, in fairness. Lovely return as Holsgrove puts it across the face of goal, and it's been turned in. And Scotland get the opener. And it was Alessandro Tossi who scored the own goal, and Scotland are finally ahead.
And he's furious with himself. He's just kicked the post and hurt himself in the process. You have to feel sorry for him. There wasn't much he could do there. I think he was distracted by Scotland players either side. He made a complete mess of it. It wasn't the way you would expect to go in front, but we'll take it. And Scotland forced the issue, to be fair. They put them under pressure. It's a dangerous ball across goal, and he was really just caught in no man's land. It is a howler when you watch it back. Good finish at the far post.
And Holsgrove with that sort of speculative ball across. It's just sometimes asking for somebody to knock it in, but made it difficult for the San Marino player.
He looked distracted by Glenn Middleton, almost as if he expected him to attack it, and then caught cold, flat-footed. But no, we'll take it.
So Scotland ahead after 20 minutes, and it's an own goal. Despite the pressure, despite the TV save from the goalkeeper, in the end, it's an own goal that gets Scotland ahead.
And that just relaxes Scotland and at least asks the question of San Marino now. They'll have to come out a bit more. And that'll suit the players that we've got in midfield.
Saying that, I don't know if San Marino will come out, to be honest. It could be damage limitation already. They are a micro-state, one of the smallest in the world.
And you wouldn't want to be critical or patronising. It was a wee bit like Cyprus for the Scotland women's national team. That was their first senior game, competitive game the other night, and you can't be critical of developing countries. It's not as if we're in a position to patronise anyone.
McLennan looking for McGuinness. Out it goes for a throw. And that's the thing with San Marino, because a lot of the players coming through, you get an accelerated move up to the A squad very quickly, given it's only a country with 35,000 people in it.
Yeah, and you talk about the problem that Scott Gemmell had because he lost so many talented players to the A squad, so magnify that for the San Marino Under-21 setup. It's not an easy job.
Scotland looking for a second. Campbell still with possession. The shot's blocked, and it's cleared away by Rashi.
San Marino have been determined and dogged, but I think the best thing you can say about Scotland is that they've matched that. And Alan Campbell's leading from the front almost.
McLennan, Campbell can't get there. McCrory picks up for Scotland. Billy Gilmore, always wanted to be involved in the action. It's fallen to Glenn Middleton. McLennan looking for Ferguson. Great challenge. And Holsgrove now in possession for Scotland. McLennan's low ball across, cleared away only as far as Gilmore, wanting it onto the right foot, and was more concerned about the marker. He lost possession. San Marino looking for some respite. Good challenge, and that is a Scotland throw.
Yeah, Billy tried to throw his backside in there, but he's not quite John McGinn. Needs a bit of work.
Holsgrove, good challenge there.
Holsgrove's put himself about.
Gilmore to Johnston, the Feyenoord man, former Liverpool Under-23 captain. Holsgrove, Ferguson overcooked for Middleton, and it's a goal kick.
A wee tailing off for Glenn Middleton.
Well, the referee not happy. He wants a word. It was just a slight push in the back and maybe a sign of frustration, but nothing for the referee really to get too involved.
Overly officious maybe. Well,
then
ever so slightly.
Just the two hands.
Welcome to Paisley.
Gilmore, Holsgrove, back to Johnston. Nice ball forward to Ferguson, one-touch stuff there. Holsgrove now looking to get away from his man. Gilmore two for support on the left that couldn't quite find them. Blasted clear by Conte. Lovely play by Johnston. He was on the bench for Feyenoord last week in the Europa League playoff second leg against Hapoel Beersheva. They obviously rate him.
Yeah, and good luck to him. Another one who's willing to step outside his comfort zone and try something that bit different. He can obviously pick a pass.
Can Reading with the cross. He can for Middleton. He should have scored.
Yeah, I think Glenn had more time than he realised. Snatched at it a bit. Took it on the right when he could maybe have turned it in with the left. Great ball across. Glenn left all on his own. Really, with the goal gaping, he's better than that.
Well, I think he knew that he should have done better. But he was in there to get the opportunity. You see him quite a bit playing for Hibernian. He's been playing out wide for Hibs. He's more through the middle tonight. Is that a sign of his versatility?
Yeah, as it's where he played in his younger days. He was more of an out-and-out striker. He's almost quite squat and strong, and his pace went for him. He's obviously stepped up to senior level now, and maybe other people are that bit bigger, that bit quicker, but still a threat out wide. Set up a couple of goals for Hibs so far.
McGuinness to McLennan. Scored in the Youth Cup final a couple of years ago. He was a cracker at that, but Aberdeen on the losing end that night. As Johnston lines up a long-range drive. Well wide in the end.
I know plenty of Aberdeen fans who really rate McLennan. He was one of the bright sparks last year. They've got some established names out wide, but he was the one that took his chance, made a name for himself.
I saw Johnston there going from range. I think Scotland need to mix up a bit more and go for goal from distance more often tonight.
Yeah, and why not? And play off the second ball if it bounces back at them. Certainly they've got enough time on the ball to try.
McCrory involved.
You look how advanced McCrory is, and that tells a story.
Johnston, here's McCrory again. Ferguson. McGuinness. What will the cross be like? It's good for Campbell, and it's Middleton this time. Well, the goalkeeper made a decent save, but there was Middleton in the right place at the right time.
McGuinness is really getting licence on the right hand side. Free attacking role. Good overlap and run, and good understanding between the boys. Lewis Ferguson slipped them through, McGuinness in. I actually thought Campbell took it really well, a difficult shot, and Middleton was there to sweep up. Campbell's actually very unlucky the way he took that initial shot.
A lovely ball across, and Middleton happy with that one.
It's a decent reaction save from the keeper first time around. There's not much you can do about that. Middleton quick to react.
Might even taken a deflection. Hallsgrove might have been trying to claim that, but it's Middleton's goal. It's his first at this level, and he's happy with that. And Scotland hungry for more. Gilmore, Campbell, McLennan. McGuinness again looking to go wide and get the ball in.
But that's to Middleton's credit that he misses one, and what do they always say? You've got to put yourself back in there, get yourself back in the position, and he was able to take advantage second time round. Gilmore just dumped on his backside. That was a bit
unceremoniously there. Here's McCrory. McLennan scored the winner at Ibrox last season in the Scottish Cup quarter-final replay for Aberdeen. Hallsgrove gets a return from Ferguson. Campbell looking for space. It's tight in there, and it runs through to De Angelis.
I don't think Alan Campbell's ever been this advanced. He's never been parked in a box the way he has. But he is leading from the front. He is driving Scotland on and creating havoc at the back for San Marino. He's just got that nuisance value about him.
San Marino go long. Baboni, the target, managed to get the flick on there. Now Robbie McCrory rather, who's been a virtual spectator since that save in the first minute. Probably all about concentration levels for him. Well, the ball was out to the right here, and it was Michelotti who ended up playing it out to the left, but if he was more aware, he might have been able to pick out his teammate Panciotti.
And that'll be frustrating for San Marino, because it's going to be a long night if they give the ball away that cheaply. A lot of running if Scotland come at you time and time again.
That was the thing, there was space over here for Panciotti on the right hand side. McLennan just trying to move it on to McGuinness there, too much on it. But San Marino have it back there, just wanting to take the sting out of it just now, with Scotland looking for more goals. But again, slack in possession, and Billy Gilmore, well, another late one
Very
on
late.
him. I think the referee might have been able to let the ball go, but he wanted to book the San Marino player, Alessandro Tosi, who scored the own goal and now he's booked. He's not having a good evening.
Taxi for Tosi. I think the referee's drawn the line there. There's been a couple of late lunges. That just escalates it a bit. That is one of Billy's strengths. He sees these things coming, and he was able to ride the challenge.
Walking a tightrope now is Tosi. Johnston. Ferguson finds Gilmore. He will come back for more, that's for sure. McGuinness with another crossing opportunity. This time it's for Reading. Just didn't get enough purchase on it. But again, McGuinness causing issues out on the far side. McGuinness' delivery has been spot on all night. Good on Patrick Redding getting himself up there. Wasn't the connection he would have hoped for, but nope, another great delivery from Kyle McGuinness. Johnston, Reading. Now here's Campbell. Played 8 times for Motherwell this season. Hallsgrove bursting forward, going for goal. The keeper palms it away, and Tosi is able to clear. He didn't look overly troubled when the strike came in, but he panicked a bit laterally. Yeah, Hallsgrove's shown already he's not scared to put the ball either into that area or going for goal himself, and like you say, playing off the second balls. I think that is something that Scott places a lot of importance on, and he'll be pleased with that tonight. They're all sticking to the game plan. McGuinness. Alan Campbell, the most experienced player in the squad. It's his 16th appearance at this level. I think he'll go some way to try and I think it'll be a tough ask to try and beat Christian Daly's record. It's good to see when people question international commitment. Alan Campbell's someone who plays first team football every week, runs himself into the ground, but still more than happy to haul himself all around Europe for Scotland, as it should be. Johnston, Hallsgrove goes down at the edge of the box. McLennan picks up. Now Gilmore, Johnston. Lovely play by Scotland. Hallsgrove with the ball across the face, and it's just turned behind by the captain, Chivoli. San Marino just can't get to grips with Hallsgrove at all, whether he's coming onto the ball, whether he's playing with his back to goal. He's been a real pest for them. Another dangerous driven ball across goal. I bet Chivoli was thinking he might have put it where his teammate Tosi put it earlier. As the ball comes in from Scotland, punched away well by the goalkeeper. That's a good punch. If you're going to get it out, make sure you get it right out. The delivery into dangerous areas has been terrific tonight. Scotland asking real questions. The goalkeeper, to be fair, more often than not has dealt with it. Lewis Ferguson, he can be a threat in front of goal as well. We all remember that overhead kick against Burnley last season down at Turf Moor. What a cracker that was. Low ball across, turned away by the captain. I think the good thing for Scotland is there's a lot of players in that team that want to take responsibility. They want the ball. There aren't really any passengers or anyone that's too passive and happy to hide. A good few of them demand the ball and happy to take responsibility on their own shoulders. Well, it'll be a different game over in Croatia next week, so 2 different types of tests for Scotland. Middleton, it goes back to Ferguson, and the ball just floats wide. Ferguson again, the threat from deep, as you mentioned. And he wasn't too far off either.
he didn't have much room to set himself, to be fair. It wasn't the worst effort in the circumstances.
Gilmore. McCrory trying to help out. And a chance for San Marino to get into the Scotland half. They concede possession again, and that allows the home team to come forward. Hallsgrove gets a return from Middleton. It deflects into the air. Reading. It was a rash one, but it could have been a great pass there for Lewis Ferguson as the ball goes behind.
And that all came about from Billy Gilmore winning the ball back, proving that it's not just about nice passes.
Well, I don't think that was where Reading meant to put it, but it nearly set up Ferguson.
Ferguson didn't quite read the sclaff. But no, Scotland's working so hard to win the ball back.
And Reading getting forward, he's nearly a permanent fixture in that San Marino half.
Yep, he's not shy to get forward. Johnson, McCrory being the same. McGuinness might as well be playing right wing. As you said, San Marino have set their stall out.
Well, a big doubleheader for Scotland to come this week, and tomorrow it's Scotland against Russia. Tickets on sale until midnight tonight at tickets.scottishfa.co.uk, and then from Hampden Park from 10 a.m. tomorrow. And what about this on Monday? It is Scotland against Belgium, the best team in the world, and if you want tickets you can get it on the website.
They don't get much bigger.
Best team in the world. It's tickets.scottishfa.co.uk. We want to see you at Hampden Park. Your support would be appreciated.
And there's a lot to be optimistic about on the senior front as well. Look at Andy Robertson, I think, named on the shortlist for, was it the fifth Pro Team of the Year today? Another box for Andy to tick.
Gilmore looking to set off another Scottish move. Johnston helping out. Ross McCrory, who is used to playing in an advanced role in terms of in a midfield area. He's playing defence tonight, but he could as well be playing midfield.
Yeah, I was looking forward to seeing what he looked like at centre back, but we'll need to wait for Croatia.
Reading with the lift-footed cross. McLennan's header. He should have got that one on target.
And you can tell by his reaction that he agrees with you. Left all alone at the far post, McLennan. Had his time to pick his head up. Just misjudged it.
Well, Scott Campbell in his hometown of Paisley. It's his 22nd game in charge of the Under-21s. And he'll be happy so far, do you feel, Kenny?
Yeah, he will. And I think he deserves credit because this must be the third or fourth team that he's built now. As we said, there were no friendlies coming into this campaign, so you've got to gel on the job. And he'll be happy. They've worked their socks off. They've won the ball back quickly, which he's big on. And they've probed. There's been, as you've described, there's been threats coming from all over the park. As you said, even the whether it's the full backs, centre backs driving on, McGuinness out wide. It's difficult for San Marino because they can't pinpoint the threat for Scotland. It's come from all over.
Johnston. McCrory leaves that for Gilmore. Lovely touch by Middleton. Campbell finds Reading. Goes on his favoured right foot. And San Marino a chance to blast it clear. Robbie McCrory was tempted to get involved. He wants a touch. I don't think he's had a touch for about 25 minutes.
He's desperate for a touch.
Maybe longer.
San Marino starting to tire a little bit.
Lovely ball by Gilmore for McGuinness. Another ball in. Just can't quite find Campbell, but Ferguson's in here. Great goalkeeping. It's a corner for Scotland.
Yeah, keeper did well to get out quickly. Really smother the ball. But Scotland are stretching the game well now, as I said. San Marino look as if they're tiring. The ball just dropped too quickly for Ferguson again. Didn't have much room to manoeuvre. Heavy first touch took it away from him.
Well, Gilmore will take this corner for Scotland. They want another with 5 minutes to go until the break. 2-0 ahead. And in it goes, near post. Nobody there. Might get a second opportunity. Opts to go for Hallsgrove making the run. He surveys the scene as he plays it across. That's a throw Scotland will have to be content with.
Hallsgrove's been good in tight areas with the ball. He looks comfortable with his back to the opponent, or whether he's facing play. Been really impressed with him in the first half.
Do you remember much of his dad?
I think his boy looks a player.
I think he got injured when he first joined Hibs in 1998 after the first game against Morton, and then he struggled to get back in the team. Do you recall him scoring a goal against Airdrie though near the end of that season? And we have light here in Paisley. The floodlights are on.
Now it's a game.
Free kick to Scotland. McLennan taking down. And the referee wants it taken from the exact position. The officials from Ukraine. And the referee stickler here. Maybe because he's not got too involved tonight. He just wants to be busy.
No, a bit like Robbie McCrory. He'll want to earn his money.
Reading's cross is blocked, but he wins it back. Gives it away again though, and San Marino now on a rare attack. Reading just bided his time to make that good challenge. It was Panciotti who couldn't get past him. And he wins it again with the head, but it's picked up by Michelotti. Back to Moretti, but Scotland have possession back. Hallsgrove looking for Middleton. Opportunity knocking for Scotland as Middleton goes round the goalkeeper. Nobody there, and he was struggling to keep it in the end.
I think the goalkeeper did well. Glenn looked as if he thought he was about to get clattered here and almost anticipating the foul and winning the penalty, but the goalkeeper just did well enough to pull out.
Well, made himself big enough. Middleton looking for his second of the evening. It wasn't to be that time. As Scotland get the free kick. It's McLennan down again. And there's Tosse, who's scored an own goal and been booked in this game. Not a good evening for him so far. For San Marino, an enclave in Italy. Just 35,000 the population. You could fit them all into Hampden Park and have spare seats. Lovely place though. I was over there for the A squad game. Beautiful scenery. As Scotland have the free kick. Well, a chance with less than 2 minutes to go until the break to get another. And there's Malky Mackay. He was up early this morning. He was taking part in Jeff Stelling's March for Men to help the battle against prostate cancer. Well, a chance here for Scotland. Just over a minute until the break. Middleton over this one. Looks as if he's going to hit this. The Rangers man on loan at Hibernian. Middleton just wide. Looking for his second of the evening.
And not far off. From our vantage point, it looked as if that was flying in the top corner at one point. A few excited fans at our end. Not far off at all.
Well, this is the best angle to see that. Yeah, just wide, but the goalkeeper seemed quite relaxed about it. Gilmore. Neat touch to McLennan over the top for Middleton. Looking for some support. Gets it through McGuinness. Middleton to Campbell. Shielding the ball. Johnston. Reading wants it on his right foot, but plays it back to Johnston, left-footed. Gilmore. Cut out there. And that is the half-time whistle here at St Mirren Park, and Scotland with a comfortable 2-goal advantage in this first half.
Don't think there was a single second of stoppage time there. The referee's obviously wanting a breather.
Comfortable for Scotland then, 2-0, and the scoring got underway in the 20th minute, and it was an own goal by San Marino to give Scotland the lead. Tossy with the OG, and then Glenn Middleton added to that. Kenny, your first half thoughts?
I think the 2 goals have come from Scotland forcing the issue. Scotland have worked so hard off the ball to press San Marino high up the park, and it's led to a couple of mistakes. And Scott Gamble will be absolutely delighted, because there's more than one way to win a game. Sometimes it comes down to individual brilliance. Tonight it's come down to graft.
Yeah, and Scotland, I take it they'll want more, but they'll want to win this one convincingly and really send that message.
And they will, and it's like we said, everyone's taking responsibility. The threat is coming from all over the park. Goalkeepers had a couple of good saves, a few near things for Scotland. I'd be surprised if they didn't add a few more before the 90's up.
Well, let's look at the first half highlights then, and it was an early chance for San Marino.
Yeah, after us saying they were going to sit back and defend the box with their life, Robbie McCrory was scrambling a bit here.
But Boney able to test the goalkeeper early on, and that was maybe a sign of optimism for them, but I think that was the best it got, certainly in that first half, on his unfavoured left foot.
Maybe an early wake-up call for Scotland at the same time.
Yeah, this a drive that nearly went in from Hallsgrove. You were impressed with him first half?
Yep, all action, willing to get forward and support, but also not afraid to do the hard work in the engine room.
But Scotland did take the lead on 20 minutes, and this was it, an own goal.
All about the driven cross from Hallsgrove, and as we said, defender left in no man's land, maybe anticipating the touch from Middleton that didn't come.
Yeah, maybe
good interplay to start with from Hallsgrove and Campbell, intelligent to flick the ball on and cross it.
And maybe frustrating from a San Marino point of view that they were able to hold out Scotland, and then it was an own goal that was their undoing. But Hallsgrove doing well with the ball across the face, and that is always the danger. But then Scotland were able to double their advantage, and Cal McGuinness doing well initially with the cross ball.
He did, but he was left with far too much space to put in that cross, but a good positive overlapping run in the right. Ferguson did well to slot him through, and I still think Alan Campbell took this so well for someone you're not used to seeing in that position. Glenn Middleton with his predatory instincts.
His first goal at this level. He's scored at other age groups for Scotland. How pleased will he be with that?
He'll be absolutely delighted. I mean, Glenn's been in the under-17 setup since he was 15, regional training squads before that, so he is someone who's really hungry to progress with Scotland, and a proud night for him and his family.
Lewis Ferguson going close too. Scotland looking to get another one, but at half-time it is the Scots who lead by 2-0. Tomorrow night the senior team take on Russia at Hampden Park. One man who has become an instant hit when he moved south to Aston Villa from Hibernian is John McGinn, and he sat down with our special guest interviewer ahead of this one.
Hello!
How are you doing, Shay?
You scared me!
How are you?
Good. Do you think you're worth £50 million?
No.
How much do you think you're worth?
£5.
£5?
Yes.
I'll buy you. Why is your nickname Meatball?
So I was Meatball at St Mirren and Hibs. So I quite liked Meatball, it didn't bother me. It was because when I was 17, I had a 2 all over. My mum used to cut my hair in the kitchen. 2 all over, and my head was that round, it looked like a meatball.
Who sang the Super John McGinn song better? Hibs or Aston Villa?
Oh, that's a tough question. Depends who's watching.
No one. Who gets nutmegged the most in the Scotland team?
Oh, Stephen O'Donnell, definitely.
I saw a video of you dancing to a band called Steps. Are they your favourite band?
No, they're not. I was just trying to play the class clown. I didn't know I was getting recorded until the end, so my mum wasn't happy. She saw me in my underpants.
I liked your goal against Sheffield Wednesday last season. Why haven't you scored for Scotland yet?
I know that's something that's been bugging me. I think my first few games I was playing a bit deeper, so hopefully now I can start getting goals for Scotland, and it's something I've been working on.
Do you think Scotland will ever win the World Cup?
Yeah.
When? When you play?
No, in 20 years when you come up.
Okay. Well, I'll be 28.
Yeah.
9.
Do you fancy your chances?
Yeah.
So would that be with St Mirren and Scotland?
Champions League with St Mirren. No, I'll play one game with St Mirren. That would be my debut in the Champions League final, and I'd score the winner. And then I'd play for Scotland and win the World Cup.
And who would be the manager, Steve McGinn or Paul McGinn?
You.
They're not going to be happy with that.
I just won't tell them. Who's your best mate in the Scotland team?
Ryan Fraser. That's my roommate, so I'm not allowed to say anyone else.
We've got Russia on Friday. Do you fancy our chances?
Yep, absolutely. I think we need to take advantage of our home games at Hampden, and I think Friday's a good chance to get a win that we need.
And how do you feel about playing Belgium on Monday?
Obviously, Belgium are really good. We played them in a friendly at Hampden before, so that kind of...
That was 4-0.
Aye, so hopefully a bit better than that. Cheers, Shay. Thanks.
Wait, no. So it was 4-0, then it's 3-0.
So
that's progress.
It's progress, but we're
One
hoping for the goals on our side this time. So.
Well, John, thanks for taking part in the little interview, and good luck on Friday.
Thanks. Legend. There you go. Shay. Yeah, I'll sign it.
It's S-H-E-A.
S-H-E-A? Don't know, I'll say Sorry.
This is our turf. This is your team. They don't come much bigger than this.
the second half about to get underway here in Paisley. Scotland with a 2-goal advantage. And Kenny, we obviously want to see more goals, but what else will Scott Gemmell want to see from his Scotland team?
I think he'll just want more of the same. He won't want a drop in intensity. He'll want them to keep contesting those second balls to force the mistakes that they were getting some joy from in the first half. So no, just more of the same from Scotland. Maybe gamble a bit more in the final third. Like we said, maybe miss a focal point to take advantage of half chances, but no, I think he'll be reasonably content. And the players look hungry as well. They look as if they want to capitalise on the dominance they've enjoyed.
So San Marino get the second half underway here in Paisley. They've had a tough shift in the first half, but Scotland will want more goals, no doubt about that, as Lewis Ferguson gives away a free kick early on.
I think San Marino would be glad of the break at half time as well, because Scotland were doing well to stretch the game towards the end of the first half, and yeah, definitely needed a breather. Be a good chance maybe to see some of the subs later on as well. Be someone like a Lewis Smith who's come through and done well at Hamilton this year.
One of the uncapped players in the squad. Johnston under a bit of pressure from Baboni. San Marino able to try and force something here, but Scotland come away with the ball. Good play by Hallsgrove. Good sliding challenge though by Moretti. There he is. Ross McCrory, Kel McGuinness on home turf. St Mirren man.
You see the game slipping into the similar pattern from the first half. McCrory with a lot of time on the ball at the back, looking to feed McGuinness as quickly as he can.
McCrory, McLennan. McGuinness finds Gilmore, who in turn moves it on to Johnston. Ferguson cut out there by San Marino, but Campbell can pick up. Now it's Ferguson. Johnston, everyone apart from Robbie McCrory in the San Marino half, as Gilmore tries to get past a couple, but he lost possession, and then Lewis Ferguson, it was an obvious foul right in front of the referee, just with the arm on the back of the San Marino player.
Yeah, Ferguson's had a few tonight. I suppose it disrupts any momentum.
Baboni wins a header against Johnston. Reading under pressure. He's able to knock it up the line though. Good challenge coming in though from Ciccaroli.
San Marino have won the odd flick on, but it's just not led to anything. There's just no one that advanced to take advantage. So the ball just comes straight back at them.
Johnston for Scotland.
A rare touch for Robbie McCrory. I know you were getting worried about him, feeling a bit lonely at the back.
Well, his brother's had plenty of touches. It's his 13th cap. Ross McCrory on the ball.
Two of them seem as if they've been about forever.
Hallsgrove forward for Reading. Chance to put a ball into the box. It's deep to the back. McGuinness with the header. Saved by Angelus. But McGuinness looking for a goal. The St Mirren man on home turf.
Yeah, we've talked about his threat from out wide, his delivery all night, but he showed real hunger there to get in and attack that. Not far away. Just straight at the keeper. That was the only issue. Either side, and he'd probably scored.
Scotland back on the attack again. McLennan. Here is McGuinness who had that chance. Gilmore. Hallsgrove thought about the shot. Well blocked though by Ciccaroli.
Patient.
Hallsgrove again. Gilmore finds Campbell. Scotland want a third. McGuinness's cross. Too deep though. Reading will pick it up, and he now has the chance to get it back in to the mix. And cleared behind for a corner kick to Scotland.
It's two dangerous deliveries again, either side from McGuinness. And then again from the left. And if they keep putting the ball in those areas, then Scotland will score a third. It's a matter of time.
I think you said earlier it is a game for Fraser Hornby when you're putting balls like that and with quality.
It's meat and drink for him.
And Scott Gemmell saying beforehand, just a slight concern, they didn't want to risk him in this one. Could be back for the Croatia game. Playing his football in Belgium out on loan. Kenny, you can explain that one from Glenn Middleton.
And that was wild. Let's clip that one up and I'll show him at work.
I don't know if that was a cross, a shot, or something else.
We'll go for a crossfield pass.
Yeah.
Not a collector's item.
To the fan up the back row.
He did the wee quick look down to the turf.
Always a good starting point to blame as San Marino win the free kick.
He did score the goal, we'll let him off.
Good reaction to get the goal. His first at this level on his 7th appearance for the under-21s. He started 3 games for Hibs on loan from Rangers. What do you think is key for Middleton in terms of his development? What will Rangers want to see him achieve at Hibs in terms of playing games, and what will Hibs want from him this season?
I think he'll get exactly what he came to Hibs for. He wanted games, he wanted an opportunity to play. I think there was maybe a frustration on his part that he played a lot at the start last year and then naturally maybe fell away as Rangers improved and strengthened. But no, he'll get his chance at Hibs. And I think from his point of view, he has to deliver on that potential that he's shown for a long time now. So assists, goals, generally taking responsibility, because he definitely has the ability. And I think we all know he's got the attitude. He's an old head on young shoulders. And he was certainly determined to make the move to Hibs happen. I think he had one foot in the Netherlands for the loan move that was pretty much agreed.
Knack bread up for the team that thought they were going to get his services. Gilmore looking to thread the ball through to Middleton. Poor one there by Hallsgrove. He was looking for the run.
The conditions aren't great. I don't know if you can pick that up on screen, but between the wind and the drizzle, it's not ideal.
Yeah, the rain's starting to come down in Paisley. Summer is well and truly over. And there you go. I think you can see it now. The rain is pouring down.
Doesn't seem to be putting off the young team in the front row.
Yeah, decent crowd here at St Mirren. A chance to watch the youngsters. There's Reading going on the attack. Finds Hallsgrove. Just didn't get the break of the ball there. It was actually a good interception. So McCrory now. Here's Gilmore. Gets a return from McLennan. Gilmore again. Hallsgrove with the opportunity for Scotland. Good save by De Angelis with his right leg. And Scotland don't want to give up on the attack as Johnston has possession. Campbell now for Scotland. Well, Scotland having the chance through Hallsgrove, and here he is again. He might think about going for goal, getting past 2 players, but he just couldn't get past the third. And now San Marino on the counter. The ball just didn't fall to Baboni there, allowing McCrory to come in.
But you talk about concentration levels. I mean, that was superb from Ross McCrory. He caught up a lot of ground there, mopped up any danger. It's a good save from the keeper as well. Had to readjust his feet at pretty short notice. That's one you'd have been proud of at 5s.
Yeah, I would have kept out as well. San Marino about to make a double change, but what can Scotland do in the meantime before that? Can they get another? Ferguson staying clear of the challenge. But San Marino again wasteful in possession there when they had a couple of bodies forward anyway. Gilmore wants involved in everything here. Good ball out to McLennan. He now has a chance to get the ball into the box. He does, over Hallsgrove and past Reading. And it goes out for a throw-in.
You're starting to see a few late lunges again from San Marino, and it's a natural consequence of giving the ball away cheaply. Scotland stretching the game and they're tiring.
Well, a change for San Marino. Liverani coming on and going off Alessandro Tosi, who scored the own goal. And the other change is that the number 4 is coming on, Dolcini, for San Marino.
I don't think Tosi will look back on his night in Paisley with any real fondness.
And Baboni off, Dolcini on. It's been a tough shift for Baboni, that's for sure. The referee not happy here. Bit of pushing between Gilmore and Liverani, the new player coming on for San Marino.
That's another late one, a really, really late barge.
Well, the referee put the whistle to the mouth, but he opted to not get involved this time. McLennan asking Gilmore and Reading to keep that one in, and it was the latter that managed to do so. Ferguson.
It's not a Scotland team of shrinking violets. If you're going to leave the foot in on them, expect to get it back.
10 minutes into this second half, and Scotland on the attack again. They're 2-0 in front. Could it be more though? McLennan. Ferguson going for goal. Ferocious drive. I think the defender who blocked it felt that one.
He didn't know much about it.
Ferguson just trying to get Middleton away, failed to do so. So Scotland looking to keep on the attack here. Good ball out by Gilmore to Reading. The crossing's a decent one, and Middleton's header just over the bar. Well, Middleton complaining to the referee that he felt the goalkeeper got a touch to that one, saying he's tipped it over. We'll see.
And Middleton's not impressed. Actually thought he took the header quite well. It was just behind him. Arched his neck back, good contact. I'm not sure the goalkeeper likes a World Cup save, but I'm not sure there was anything in that.
Great play by Gilmore there, getting past two, but just slipped at the key moment in the box. And Scotland trying to get on the attack quickly as San Marino lost possession from the goal kick. And look at this play from Billy Gilmore.
Great feet, but it was the jigsaw routine, fell to bits in the box.
Yeah, just slipped there, and you mentioned the conditions being slippy, but he got past two players there. And into the box, you just thought he was going to get that goal, get the shot away at least. Middleton, strong, keeping possession, doing well. Man on loan from Rangers, looking to get to the byline too. Cross in, takes a deflection, but the referee saying that it rolled out of play before it hit the San Marino player. The officials from Ukraine this evening. So it's a goal kick. Scotland pressing San Marino here. De Angelis has to go long. Won by Gilmore though. Dolcini. San Marino can't keep it in play. Gilmore. McCrory. Hallsgrove. McCrory again. On one at Portsmouth from Rangers. Campbell. Gilmore to Reading. Middlesbrough man. Hallsgrove. Been involved in the action this evening, that's for sure. Nice ball out to Cal McGuinness. Conor McLennan. McGuinness again. Hallsgrove. McLennan, 4 appearances for Aberdeen this season, just the one start. It was here at St Mirren Park. Aberdeen lost 1-0. Scotland having to be patient in the build-up. Gilmore, McGuinness, Hallsgrove, as the rain pours down in Paisley. McGuinness delayed the pass and was caught in possession. He tries to win it back, but good play by San Marino here. And good play in particular by the number 7, Panchotti. Just unlucky there, it was determined play from the midfielder.
You just wonder, with next week in mind and the conditions as they are, you wonder whether Scott might rest a couple of key players. As you said earlier on, different type of test against Croatia.
Middleton from a tight angle, it hits the side netting.
And Glenn only had one thing on his mind there. Chance he could have cut the ball back to 2 on-rushing teammates, but wanted to shoot, tight angle. Maybe picked the wrong option on that occasion.
Well, there's Malky Mackay there, and also Stephen Robinson, the Motherwell manager, looking at Alan Campbell. Key player for him now, a mainstay in that Motherwell team, as San Marino go on the counter here. Ricchini. McGuinness having to do a bit of defending here as Ferguson picks up. Well, we might get a break in the rain shortly, but it's not looking good just now as Hallsgrove gives chase. He has possession, he needs some support now. Infield it goes to Gilmore. Now Campbell. It's more up than out though by San Marino. And it's the captain, Chivoli, who has to knock it out into touch. Ross McCrory, Billy Gilmore. Nice play out to Redding. His ball across is blocked and Scotland have a corner.
I'll say this for the San Marino defence, they have had to deal with a lot tonight. There's been a lot of clearing their lines, but for the most part they stood up to it.
Well, Scotland looking as if they're going to make a change. But they have a corner first of all. And it goes, it's cleared. And it does go behind for a corner kick.
I just wonder if you're thinking about giving Lewis Smith a run, maybe a James Scott. Just a chance to look at a couple of the new boys.
Middleton.
That's another one.
Well, that's over the stand from Billy Gilmore. He worked the space, but over it goes, and it's a substitution for Scotland, and it is Lewis Smith who will make his debut. Connor McLennan, the man going off.
Lewis is someone that's been on the fringes at Hamilton for the past couple of seasons, but he's really taken his chance this year. And you know they're a club that will give you a chance. If you take that opportunity, it's your place to lose.
One debutant replacing another.
I think Lewis has been involved with the younger age groups as well, so a chance for him now to step up, show what he's all about.
Another sign of Hamilton's youth development too.
Yeah, and I think Scott called it right before the game. Across the board now, clubs are willing and keen to give young players a chance and see if they run with it. Lewis is certainly someone who is.
Hallsgrove into the box, intercepted. He might get a second chance. Opts to go to Redding instead, who puts it in first time. Middleton can't control. Here's Gilmore. Can't get the break of the ball. And it's cleared, but only as far as Johnston. Well, Scotland having to be patient in this second half, looking for a third goal.
Smith is desperate for a touch of the ball on the right. He's taking up a good position. Can't quite work it to him.
McGuinness. McCrory. What do you think Scott Gilmore makes 64 minutes into this one?
I think he'll be happy. It's very similar to the Andorra game at Tynecastle, actually, where he preached patience, stick to the game plan, pick your moments. I don't think there's been a failure in the team tonight. It's been a professional performance, I would say. It's not been inspired, but in terms of sticking to the game plan, being effective, working hard, I think they tick all those boxes. As you said earlier on, completely different kind of tests in Croatia.
And a test for Scotland tomorrow. They take on Russia, Steve Clarke's A squad. Tickets on sale until midnight tonight at tickets.scottishfa.co.uk, or you could get them at the stadium from 10 o'clock tomorrow. We want to see you at Hampden Park to support the team.
I'm looking forward to that. I think there's a real optimism around the senior squad, and one look at the clubs they're playing for now and you can see why.
There is a big one for Scotland, no doubt about that. Midway through the campaign, but the Scotland Under-21s at the start of their campaign looking to reach Hungary and Slovenia in 2021. And as much as there has been a lot of development, and I listed the players in the first half who have made it through from the last campaign into the A squad, it would be nice to qualify for a tournament at this level and give the boys that experience.
It would. I think the last campaign was almost a tale of two campaigns. The team was completely rebuilt halfway through because the better players were in the senior squad. I think that's the difficulty you've got, is that if anyone really catches the eye, then there's a clamour for them to step up. But the looks of the squad just now looks settled. There's no one you would really say is knocking hard to get in the senior squad, not quite yet. So we may have a bit longer to work with them, but these things can change quickly.
And Michelotti there wasn't too happy with the sliding challenge from Hallsgrove, who's on the ball just now. Middleton, neat touch by Ferguson. Hallsgrove into the middle, and it's blasted over the bar.
Clever touch back by Smith, just no takers.
And here we go again.
Scotland content to move the ball around. Thought Smith did well with the layoff, just couldn't keep it down.
Ferguson with the drive over the bar. But Scotland immediately on the attack again. Gilmore to Middleton. Middleton looking for Ferguson. Campbell, now Smith. They've been tripped there, surely. It's a free kick to Scotland.
It's another poor challenge through the back.
Dolcini, the sub.
They said the good grace to apologise. Good positive play from Smith, looking to drive, and just, as you said, unceremoniously dumped, taken out. Positive from Smith, looking to make an early impact. He wasn't far off for creating space for himself. A real chance here from the free kick. There'll be a few takers.
Yeah, right in the middle, or near enough to the middle, so options for a left footer or a right footer.
I think Hallsgrove seems determined to take it. Billy having a word in his ear.
The referee counts out the yards. Gilmore's there, Hallsgrove is there too.
And the young team have all got the phones out. They're all filming Billy Gilmore.
He scored once already for Scotland at this age group. They'll want another. But it's Hallsgrove. And it's well into the stand. But there was a late one there, I think, between Ferguson and one of the San Marino players. San Marino not happy. It's Conte who's down. He's saying there was an elbow. Now the referee trying to sort this one out, and he wants a word. There's a bit of pushing there as well, so the referee wanting to call over. As we see the free kick again, pull from Hallsgrove there. It was up and away.
There's been a few like that today. Just in the corner of the screen, you can't see the coming together. Ferguson protesting his innocence. He's got that who me look down to a T. As we said, he can look after himself. He's taken a few sore ones tonight.
D'Angelo's blast clear. Gilmore wins the header.
There's a collector's item.
They had to commit a foul to do so, according to the referee.
I think that's why Gilmore's so annoyed. You don't often see him winning aerial duels.
Well, Middleton getting involved now. He's been booked, kicking the ball away, saying that the free kick wasn't taken in the right place, but maybe he should leave that to the referee. Certainly when Scotland are comfortable, they'll hope that that booking doesn't come back to haunt him later on in the campaign.
I don't think this is the referee to get involved with, as he should be, I suppose, a stickler for the rules or the laws of the game. Just in case Mark Snell's listening, keep him right.
So Middleton goes into the book now. He's also on the score sheet. The only other man to be booked is Tosse of San Marino. He was also on the score sheet, but maybe not for the right reasons. It was an own goal. Johnston back to Robbie McCrory with a rare touch. A couple of touches to his twin brother Ross. Now Gilmore, tripped there by Panchotti, and he is now in the book. Maybe a sign that the visitors from San Marino are getting a bit frustrated and metering out a bit of punishment there.
Yeah, it's getting a bit tetchy, which is if Scott Gemmell's thinking of mixing it up. Could be wrong. I think that was Kyle McAllister and James Scott readying themselves to come on.
Yeah, looks like a double sub for Scotland.
Substitution for Scotland, midfield number 19,
Lewis Ferguson coming off. And it's Cal McAllister who's coming on, another man who plays for St Mirren. Returned to the club on a permanent deal in the summer. He was on loan last season.
being replaced by number 23, Kyle McAllister.
Well, the home crowd happy with that. Just his second cap for Scotland at this level. And James Scott, a man who's impressed for Motherwell early on this season. He is coming on, and it's Glenn Middleton going off.
Maybe no coincidence that Scott's decided to take off Glenn and Lewis, the two that looked to be getting a wee bit frustrated.
Well, James Scott and his club manager's here as well. Alan Campbell, his club teammate, tried to feed it through to him there.
Big opportunity for James Scott this, because without Fraser Hornby, as we touched on, there's no real recognisable focal point for the team. I know he's played out wide for Motherwell, but we all know he can do a job centrally.
Yeah, we were there at the weekend watching the Motherwell-Hibernian game, and
don't like to dwell on that.
James Scott, I thought, played well out wide, and he was pushed out wide, and Stephen Robinson said that after the game, that they were trying to play him, utilise his strengths elsewhere as well as through the middle.
Yeah, and that's to his credit that he can adapt and mix up his game.
Hallsgrove tried to get it under control. Unfortunate. So all the subs made. Well, a substitution about to happen for San Marino.
Substitution for San Marino, clearly the field number 13, Luca Tichechi.
And coming on to number 5, Quaranta. He is coming on, and going off, Ceccheretti. Substitution has been made. Well, what about this? The best team in the world coming to Hampden Park on Monday. It's the third meeting in the space of a year between the teams. Scotland-Belgium tickets available at tickets.scottishfa.co.uk. Get your tickets for the big one. Some of the best players in the world coming to Hampden Park. Can Scotland get a memorable victory? Make sure you are there at the National Stadium. Well, Johnston nearly just overplayed it there. He managed to recover. Now Lewis Smith. Kel McGuinness drifted out of it in the last 5 or 10 minutes or so. Gilmore. Lovely ball in play. Good challenge though by Conte. Scotland have the corner. Otherwise McGuinness might have had a good chance. He's struggling a bit now, Conte.
I think McGuinness saw that through ball in the 50-50 and thought 2-0 up. Don't really need to put myself in harm's way here.
Corner kick, and it's McAllister's first involvement, but Conte is down in the box.
He may have run his race.
It could be a bit of cramp, it looks that way. He's getting back on his feet, but he's struggling. And all the subs used, they made that double sub earlier, and then the one just there, so he'll have to soldier on. It's McAllister's corner. Not the best, didn't get past the first man. And San Marino on the charge. But he's all on his own. Ratchie. Scotland have possession back.
I think that's been the story of the night for San Marino's rare attacking forays, isn't it? Half-hearted balls up front, maybe win the flick on, but ultimately amounts to nothing.
Ball played forward, looking for Scott. Intercepted though by the San Marino captain. McAllister trying to win it back. It just falls there for Panciotti, and he wins a free kick.
Tonight's official match attendance is 1,542.
1,542, the crowd here in Paisley.
I think you would thank everyone for coming out on a night as miserable as this. They've been treated to a pretty decent performance from Scotland.
Well, the 9 group winners and the best runner-up qualify automatically for the tournament. Then there are other places available via the playoffs. A long way to go before then, but Scotland will end the campaign as they start it tonight, and that's against San Marino in October 2020. The flag goes up. There's an offside. I think it's the first this evening.
When it gets to that stage, you want to know exactly what you need from that game.
Campbell to McGuinness. Gilmore looking for the switch of play to Redding, who starts motoring forward. San Marino just able to cut it out there. And Moretti. Moretti trying to be clever, and Scotland pick up. Campbell going for a drive. Might fall in the box for Smith, and a free kick awarded San Marino's way. I don't know about that.
It's a bizarre call. Very, very strange. A handball for starters there. Lewis Smith just stands his ground.
Yeah, bizarre. Not too sure if it was a penalty, in fairness. Yeah, the guy was going in to win it. Anyway. Well, Scott Gemmell and Peter Houston, what will they be thinking at this point?
I think they would take the foot. Oh.
Scotland having to defend here.
What they'll be thinking is you can't afford to switch off like that against any opposition. There's a long ball through the middle that almost caused an issue.
Well, concentration certainly very key.
And he's big on that. He is massive on meticulous preparation and keeping your concentration, and they've done that all night, so that little lapse will be cause for alarm.
It's a throw to San Marino, but probably as far advanced as they've been able to get. And then again, they just are wasteful in possession. They're unable to keep a hold of it and get the support up. You can understand that. They have to be as stubborn as possible and be tight at the back, but when they have opportunities like that, they have to do certainly a bit better.
Yeah, they do. I mean, they've not come close to cutting Scotland open. It's been an easy night for Robbie McCrory in that respect. It's a great turn from Billy Gilmore.
Smith now racing forward, looking to get the cross in too, and it goes. Hallsgrove lurking at the back, nodded away by Moretti. Now McAllister. It's a throw to Scotland.
I think Smith's been really bright on the right since coming on. Done himself no harm.
Redding's cross, Smith's in the box, and again he's given away the free kick. Okay, I don't think there's too much in that.
I think he's the world's most unlikely hatchet man. Just 2 fouls in quick succession, and he must be about 8 stone dripping wet.
the young Scotland fans saying we want 3. I think how key is winning and winning big against the lowest ranked nation in the group? Will it really matter?
I think more than anything you want to be ruthless, because against Croatia you might only have 1 or 2 half chances, so you want to think we can capitalise on that. So in this game against this level of opposition, obviously you want that breathing space, but I think Scott will be satisfied.
And let's not forget, sometimes it can be tough games. I mean, Andorra got a draw against Scotland last year, and they were the lowest ranked team in the group, and that didn't help Scotland's cause in the qualification.
No, it didn't, and they were really frustrated. It was a horrible, narrow, tight pitch, and just an instantly forgettable game. But that haunted Scotland for the rest of the campaign. And you're right, it's a cliche, but no easy games.
And Greece and Lithuania have got off to winning starts in the group. Scotland look likely to do the same with 10 minutes to play here in Paisley, but they'll want to do so with another goal or 2. 5-0 win for Greece, a 3-0 win for Lithuania in their opening games. San Marino with 2 defeats already. Smith, McGuinness, low ball across and just cut out there by the captain, Savoli, and it's a corner.
I don't know if that was part of Scott's thinking, this driven low ball across the box, but it's caused problems all night for San Marino. That time they managed to keep it out their own goal.
Gilmore with the corner away at the front edge of the 6-yard box. Redding going for goal on the left foot from distance. It's high, wide and not very handsome.
I think the stewards and ball boys in that stand have earned their money in this second half. There's been a few wayward efforts.
Redding tries to win it back, but he's given away a free kick. At times he's got involved the referee when he probably didn't need to. Officials from Ukraine. San Marino taking their time about this one. Savoli, the captain, to loft it forward. McCrory's going to get the ball in hand, probably for the first time in this second half.
You think they might come out and play a bit more in the last 10 minutes. Why not? I mean, 1 goal changes the whole dynamic of the game.
Johnston. Good play by Smith. Lovely. Now Campbell, what can he do? Smith wants a return. Low ball across. Looking for Scott. He goes out for a goal kick.
Yeah, and Scott wasn't far away there. Intelligent run across the front. Smith able to lift his head and pick him out. Good defending. Scott not far away.
Kenny, your man of the match?
A really hard call, but I think Jordan Holsgrove just about edges it for his all-round performance. Whether it's been tracking back, winning second balls, kick-starting things for Scotland, or dangerous in the attacking third. The really, really hard call tonight. I don't think there was much in it, but for me, Holsgrove just edges it. Not just because his dad used to play for Hibs.
Occasionally. Smith brought down. Gets the ball to Campbell. Real opportunity here for Scotland and McAllister. He wanted it on his favoured left foot. The interception was made and McAllister's taken a sore one. And so is that a recurrence of the cramp as well for Conte? Well, McAllister's down.
McAllister thought he was hard done by there.
I think it's Conte down again. It is. He is struggling. And San Marino, well, their campaign started in June. They lost 3-0 to Lithuania, and then they lost 5-0 to Greece. And now against Scotland, it's going to be 3 defeats from 3. And Conte, you just saw him there. He is struggling.
It's one man that's looking forward to the full-time whistle.
Some instructions coming on from Peter Houston, who is the assistant manager under Craig Levine with the A squad. Scott Gemmell, a man who played 26 times for Scotland. As Conte continues to get treatment. Hard shift.
And Scott earned every one of those Scotland caps. Goodness knows how many more squads he travelled in and didn't see a minute of action. So I know from working with the under-21s, he has zero time for anyone that's not 100% committed to the cause. He sets a good example in that respect.
Well, Conte going to the side of the pitch after receiving treatment. Corner for Scotland.
Substitution for San Marino, Campbell in field number 2.
San Marino's substitution, Conte going off.
It's going to be a long walk round the pitch for Conte.
Franchosi coming on.
Also for San Marino number 8, Ricardo Ancelotti.
Scotland about to make more changes too. With San Marino also bringing on Simone Nani. Scotland just looking to try and get a third to put the icing on the cake as McAllister. Now Hallsgrove, Kenny's man of the match, he wins a free kick. Another good set piece opportunity late on here. No doubt about this, Phil.
Good determined play again. A bit of intricacy in the edge of the box, and no subtlety about that tackle. And no subtlety about who wants to take the free kick. Billy Gilmore grabbed it straight away.
And more subs for Scotland. Harvey and Maguire about to come on. It's Patrick Redding going off. Daniel Harvey coming on.
Also in the field number 16. So, Redding in the field is number 8.
Billy Gilmore going off. Won't get a chance to take the free kick. Barry Maguire coming on.
I think it's sensible. You want Billy as fresh as he can be for Croatia. Going to need someone with his quality on the ball.
Maguire scored in the friendly in Marbella against Sweden. Last time out for Scotland. 2-1 defeat in March. So it's McAllister for Scotland. It hits the wall. He might get a second chance. Hallsgrove into the area and into the hands of De Angelis. Blasted forward by the goalkeeper, who's maybe not been as busy as we thought in terms of second half. He's not had too much to do, and it's been shots over the bar or wide, or his defenders making blocks.
Yeah, I think you're right to give credit to the defence. There's been a lot of backs to the wall defending along the edge of the box. A lot of free kicks in dangerous positions for Scotland that we could maybe have done a bit more with. So that might be the only frustration for Scots, that they've had a lot of free kicks in good areas and not quite capitalised.
Yeah, looking for his 7th win, Scott Gemmell. He'll get it tonight as the head coach of the Under-21s in his hometown in Paisley. McAllister. Harvey, first touch for him with just over a minute on the clock for Scotland. The fans want another. The team certainly do too. Smith. Harvey's ball into the box, headed clear. McCrory Trying to win it back there, and I don't think he was overly physical. He was just trying to win possession. Don't think there was much in that.
Be surprised if Ross McCrory's broken sweat tonight. Straightforward shift for him. As we've said a few times now, it'll be a completely different story away in Croatia. We'll see the other side of their game.
And Croatia to come in September, then the double header against Lithuania at home at Tynecastle Park, and then away to the Czech Republic as Maguire gets involved. Hallsgrove. Maguire again. Harvey. Johnston finds McCrory. Neat touch by Smith. Campbell looking for options in the box. His club teammate James Scott, well, the ball just bounced up and hit him in the arm. It's a minimum of 3 minutes added time here in Paisley. 3 minutes for Scotland to get a third. San Marino blast it forward. Maguire wins the header, nodded on by McAllister. Moretti back into the Scotland half. Maguire again. The ball in the air. Scotland trying to get it down to play. Campbell in possession. Johnston off Feyenoord. McCrory. Now Maguire. Here's Hallsgrove. Playing his football in Spain just now. A lot warmer than here. Johnston just trying to get the ball under control now. Is there a last chance for Scotland? Is there another goal here for Scotland? McCrory. Johnston finds Hallsgrove. Here's Maguire. And McAllister. The ball goes into the box. Is there a chance here? It's off the top of the head of Scott. The high boot by McGuinness. And it will be a free kick to San Marino with 1 minute to play here in Paisley.
I think Scott maybe just got in McGuinness' road there. He was in a better position to attack the ball. Just a bit of a lack of communication. And an acrobatic attempt, we'll say.
Yeah, to hit the player in the face.
That's when you know you had a rubbish night.
Unintentionally.
Booted in the face in the last minute. But this referee will not add on much time.
He didn't in the first half, but James Scott might have the chance to get in there. But good defending though by the San Marino captain. Not long to go now. Scotland will get off to a winning start. There's McAllister now. Late chance for Scotland. McAllister at the byline. Smith into the box. Well, Scotland do get off to a winning start. Scott Gemmell and Peter Houston will be delighted to get the 3 points. Just the 2 goals for Scotland tonight, but it's all about winning, certainly early on. And the youngsters happy with that too. It's Croatia to come next week. And that'll be a totally different test for the Scots. But they will be happy just to get the win, and that's at the end of the day what it's all about. They managed to win the opening game of the last campaign. It didn't lead to anything. Scott Gemmell and the team will be hoping that this is the start on the road to Hungary and Slovenia for Euro 2021 in the Under-21 tournament. There's Jordan Hallsgrove, the man of the match. Kenny, how happy were you with his performance?
I've not actually seen that much of him. I've heard so much from Scott and other people within the setup, and I think he justified the billing tonight. It was all action, I think is the best way to put it. He was dogged defensively, he was keen to chip in going forward, and there was a 10-minute spell where San Marino just couldn't handle him. It was one free kick after another that he won. So not impressed with his run out tonight.
Well, for Scotland, it is a winning start. And the goals are all started in the first half for Scotland. And let's see them now. 20 minutes on the clock. Scotland went 1-0 up. And it was an own goal at that.
It was, but as we said, story of the night, Scotland forcing San Marino into mistakes. Holsgrove positive here, driven ball across the goal, and as we said, the defender caught in no man's land.
Yeah, and that was maybe the frustration, because San Marino did the hard bit, had held out for 20 minutes, and although Scotland were putting them under pressure, it turned out to be an own goal.
Yeah, Glenn Middleton didn't seem to do much there to put him off, but it made the difference.
Alessandro Tosi, the unfortunate player for San Marino.
Good link-up play between Holsgrove and Campbell that led to it, though. We'll stress the positives. This one's all about the overlapping run on the right of Kyle McGuinness. Nicely weighted pass from Lewis Ferguson, drilled across the box. As we said, Alan Campbell can count himself unlucky. Controlled shot, but Middleton there to sweep up.
Yeah, good reactions there from Middleton in where it counted.
And that's what you want from him when he's playing in that central role. You watch it back and the movement's there. He stepped away from his defender. No, that's the kind of goal that will please Scott Gemmell, because I bet he's worked hard in the training pitch on that overlapping run from McGuinness, and it's paid off.
Yeah, he's first at this level for Scotland. That puts Scotland 2 goals to the good, and we thought it might be raining goals. It was just raining in the end. A couple of chances second half though, Holsgrove with this one.
There's a lot of near things. That was a good reaction. Stop from the keeper. Didn't have much notice. Did well to readjust his feet. And I think you give San Marino credit. They were dogged defensively. Stood up to it. Would have been easy to get downhearted. Scotland asked questions. Probed.
Yeah, De Angelis with the up with Smith, who came on and looked lively. Smith of Hamilton.
He did. He obviously really wanted to get involved and make a name for himself. So no, I think more than a few can be pleased with their contributions tonight.
Overall, what do you think Scott Gemmell will take away from this?
I think he'll be satisfied. Obviously, you would love a comprehensive win, but I think they obviously stuck to the game plan. They were patient, and a few of the new faces did themselves no harm. So no, plenty of positives to take away from tonight.
Well, that is it from us from Paisley, and don't forget the Scotland senior squad are in action tomorrow night against Russia. It's massive at Hampden Park, and you can get your tickets in person from the stadium from 10 o'clock tomorrow. We want to see you at the game. Also, tickets available for the Scotland-Belgium game via tickets.scottishfa.co.uk. It's finished Scotland Under-21s 2, San Marino's Under-21s 0. Goodbye from Paisley.
This is our turf. This is your team.